The skies over Burkina Faso tremble as an unexpected roar slices through the horizon. A heavily armed French military transport plane descends onto a dust-choked airstrip outside Ouagadougou. This is no diplomatic visit, no red carpet, no official handshakes. Just boots, weapons, and one figure stepping out, armored, unflinching. The supreme French commander himself. For years, Western influence in West Africa has withered. Former colonial powers were expelled, bases dismantled, flags lowered. The vacuum left behind didn't stay empty for long. New alliances formed. Russia, China, even the reclusive North Koreans emerged as unexpected players. Amid this shifting power landscape, Burkina Faso has become the epicenter of a geopolitical shockwave. Until now, France watched from the sidelines. Sanctions, speeches, and intelligence operations failed to contain what many in Paris see as a crumbling of Western control in the Sahel. But now, something unprecedented has happened. In what insiders are calling the Last Stand Doctrine, the French High Command has chosen a direct approach. The top leader has landed, not to negotiate, but to fight. Initial footage emerged from encrypted channels, grainy clips showing the commander in full tactical gear boarding a helicopter under nightfall. The internet exploded. Was this a publicity stunt? A covert mission? The answer came hours later when a press leak confirmed it. The French head of state had deployed himself to Burkina Faso to lead a classified counter-terrorism operation. But whispers speak of a deeper agenda. Officially, the mission is about combating terror. Unofficially, analysts suspect a move to neutralize the rapidly growing influence of revolutionary forces aligned with the current leadership of Burkina Faso. A man hailed by some as Africa's Che Guevara. The African nation has recently tightened its alliance with non-Western powers and has begun expelling all Western assets from critical sectors. For France, this isn't just about terrorism. It's about survival. High-level sources reveal that the commander's arrival is only the beginning. Dozens of special ops teams, trained in guerrilla warfare and psychological operations, have been inserted across the country. Drone fleets hover in silence, mapping territories once dominated by insurgent warlords. French satellites have been rerouted to provide real-time tracking over the Burkinabe highlands. Meanwhile, the commander himself undergoes live fire drills with elite foreign legions in undisclosed desert bases. Reports suggest he's actively participating in mission planning, personally overseeing operations once left to generals. Morale among French units, once shaken by years of political ambiguity, has surged. "We finally have someone who leads from the front," one anonymous officer commented. But not all feedback is positive. In capitals across Africa, reactions range from stunned silence to outright condemnation. Political commentators accuse France of neo-colonial tactics disguised as counter-insurgency. Protests erupt in several Sahel cities, some denouncing what they call a desperate Western gambit to regain control. Yet others welcome the return of an international presence capable of stabilizing a region spiraling into chaos. Tensions boil further as rumors circulate of a secret plan, codenamed Iron Dune, allegedly aiming to intercept North Korean advisors embedded in Burkina Faso's new presidential guard. If confirmed, this would mark a collision course between East and West on African soil, with the nation caught in the middle. The stakes are astronomical. Should the mission fail, France risks losing its last stronghold in West Africa. A failed intervention would embolden rivals, erode European credibility, and further destabilize the region. But success? Success could reignite France's role as a decisive force in African security and reshape the global narrative overnight. Inside the presidential palace, the Burkinabe leadership watches with steely resolve. Defiant speeches flood national TV. Africa will never again be a playground for foreign empires, one voice proclaims. Military parades featuring Russian armored vehicles and unknown Asian advisors underscore their readiness. Propaganda posters declare, "Sovereignty or death." Meanwhile, the French commander walks through the dust, relaxed, expression unreadable, body armor scarred from training, eyes locked on a horizon filled with uncertainty. Every step taken now is a step into history. International intelligence reports suggest preparations are underway for a full frontal operation along the tri-border area, known as a sanctuary for extremist cells. UAVs have mapped tunnels. Ground teams have marked supply routes. Psychops teams have intercepted rebel radio transmissions hinting at panic and confusion. The commander's presence alone has shifted the psychological battlefield. But there's more. A covert meeting was allegedly held at a French forward operating base near the Malian border, where a coalition of African military leaders met with the commander. Though details are scarce, insiders hint at a proposed joint force initiative, not to dominate, but to collaborate. France, it seems, wants to rewrite its African strategy, not through dominance, but partnership. Still, not all are convinced. Burkina Faso's leadership has doubled its security protocols. Communications are encrypted with North Korean technology. Underground bunkers have been reinforced. Militia recruitment surges. The threat of a direct confrontation is more real than ever. And so the question remains, is this the beginning of a new era of global cooperation, or the final chapter in an old empire's desperate struggle to stay relevant? One thing is certain, the world watches. Every move, every speech, every bullet fired in the Sahel echoes far beyond Africa's borders. In Washington, eyes widen. In Moscow, calculations change. In Beijing, new maps are drawn. But in the heart of Burkina Faso, where dust meets fire, history is being written by a lone figure in fatigues, armed, determined, and ready to defy the impossible. Share this story. Debate it. Reflect. Because in the war for influence, silence is surrender.